A top fuel dragster just pulled up to the starting line at Maryland International Raceway, and it's carrying more than fuel. It's carrying a name, a number, a ghost that motorsports still hasn't made sense of. Tony Stewart didn't have to do what he did this weekend. Nobody asked him to, but he did it anyway, and if you've seen the video, you know exactly why it stopped people cold. Here's what went down. The NHRA Potomac Nationals rolled into Maryland this weekend. Tony Stewart, former NASCAR champion turned NHRA competitor, was prepping his R&L Carrier's top fuel dragster for a run at victory. Before he ever got near the throttle, he pressed a number 8 Kyle Busch decal onto the side of that car, right behind his own signature. He posted the Momat and Pori 2, and then those two small knocks at the end of that video hit harder than anything in a press release ever could. He wasn't alone. Multiple NHRA teams at this event showed up with number 8 decals on their machines. This wasn't a NASCAR thing. This was a motorsports thing, a people thing, less than 2 weeks. That's how long it's been since the motorsports world lost Kyle Busch, and the tributes haven't slowed down for a single day. Now here's the thing about Tony Stewart and Kyle Busch that you need to understand. These were not soft media-friendly figures. Both men were polarizing. Both competed with an edge that made fans either love them or absolutely hate them. They shared a Cup Series garage for one season as teammates, and they were cut from the same cloth. Combustible, passionate, relentless. The kind of driver who makes every other lap feel boring by comparison. That's why this gesture carries real weight. When someone like Stewart, who competes in a completely different series, who didn't have to say a word publicly, takes the time to put Busch's number on his car before a race. That tells you something about the kind of man Kyle Busch actually was behind the public persona. This weekend, NASCAR heads to Nashville Superspeedway, a track where Busch built some of the most memorable moments of his career. They've already started rolling out tribute content there. The sport is grieving in real time, and it's not slowing down. Let's talk about what this moment actually reveals, because there's more here than a sticker on a race car. Kyle Busch's legacy was always going to be complicated in the short term. He was one of the most statistically dominant drivers in NASCAR history. 2 Cup titles, the all-time wins record in NASCAR's top 3 series, but he was also a lightning rod. Fans booed him as loud as they cheered him. He wasn't built for popularity contests. He was built to win, and he never pretended otherwise. What we're seeing right now across NASCAR and NHRA and every corner of the racing world is something that only happens when a competitor earns respect that runs deeper than the results. The tributes coming from rivals, from a different sanctioning body entirely, from people who fought him tooth and nail on the track. That's the real measure of a career. Stewart's gesture also underscores something strategically important for how motorsports processes loss. When legends pass, the sport tends to fragment. Fans grieve in silos, teams do their own thing. But this cross-series solidarity, NHRA teams posting number 8 decals, NASCAR tracks building tribute reels, that sends a message to every fan base that this loss belongs to all of motorsports, not just one series. It also puts pressure, the right kind of pressure, on how NASCAR handles the Nashville weekend. The sport now has a responsibility to match the level of tribute that competitors across the country are already setting. Anything short of that will be noticed. Social media is doing what social media does when grief is real. It goes quiet in one direction and loud in another. The video of Stewart applying that decal has hit differently than most tribute content because it's not polished. It's not a graphic or a statement from a PR department. It's a man with his hands on a race car doing something small and permanent before he goes to work. Longtime NASCAR fans who watched Stewart and Busch clash on track for years are the ones feeling this the hardest. They understand the subtext. These two didn't need to be friends to respect each other, and that quiet respect is sometimes the most honest kind there is. Analysts are starting to frame Busch's legacy in final terms now, and their consensus is landing somewhere most fans already knew. Difficult, brilliant, irreplaceable. Nashville becomes a defining tribute weekend. NASCAR curates something worthy of the moment, a pre-race ceremony, a lap of honor, a visual tribute that honors both the driver and the fan relationship he had with that track. The sport channels grief into something lasting, and Busch's number 8 becomes an enduring symbol across motorsports, not just a short-term memorial sticker. The sport moves too fast. The tributes fade within the month. Nashville delivers a brief highlight package and a moment of silence, but the weekend returns to business as usual before the grief has had any room to breathe. In 5 years, the conversation about how NASCAR honored Busch becomes uncomfortable, and that would be a failure the sport doesn't recover from easily. Tony Stewart put 2 knocks in that decal before he walked away. What do you think those knocks meant to him? And what does it say about Busch's legacy that a rival from a different series felt compelled to do this at all? Drop your take in the comments. This one deserves a real conversation. If you want to see more analysis like this, the kind that goes deeper than the headline, you know what to do.